Hey, welcome back to another episode of Tomb of Annihilation here on Sputter Media. I am Dave, or DM Dave as I like to be called. You can find me on several kinds of social media. I'm Dave Spaeth on Facebook. Catch me on Dave's World on Instagram, and Dave's World AI, where I post my fantastic AI art imageries for your enjoyment and entertainment, for those of you who like AI artwork. And without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce the rest of my cast members. And it's tradition here, I got a little opening question, get to know you kind of thing. And let's ask the people, what would if you could be any fantasy race in real life, which would it be? I think I would pick Changeling. I would really like the ability to just change my features at will, how I liked them, how I wanted them. Very, self-image positive race there. Can be whatever you want to be, look however you want to look. That kind of sounds appealing to me. But let me pass it on to the other people. I'll start at the end over here. Professor Midnight, Mr. October. Go ahead and tell us who you are, where they can find you, and a little bit about yourself vis-a-vis the question I asked.
Hello, chat. Once again, the voice of Banshee coming at you again. Every Tuesday night. You can find me on my Twitter handle at DBJ. And if I had to be reincarnated into a different fantasy race, gotta go with the Dopplers from the Witcherverse.
Ooh. Okay. I like that you pulled something that's like not D&D in, because, the easy one is to go to D&D races. All right.
I gotta Google that now.
Let's turn it over to, because I'm going in reverse alphabetical order today, All in Visker, played by Darren. Go ahead and tell them who you are, where they can find you.
My name is Darren McIntyre. It has always been Darren McIntyre. I am only on Facebook. You can find me there. It's the one that's not black and white. I'm Olin Visker. What race would I be? Well, I guess it really depends. Like, if I come back, if I say Thri Creed, am I going to be hunted by people with like torches and pitchforks, or do I just get to be a cool Thri Creed person?
I don't know. I kind of assume in this hypothetical that a lot of people are not human.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. I think I'm gonna go with Owlin. I like Owlin, but yeah, it'd be Owlin for sure. Owlin
Sure.
works for me.
All right, excellent. Let's go down to Eliwick, who's next in line. Eliwick, Sola, tell them who you are, where they can find you.
Yes, I'm Sola coming at you, about to take on the Tomb of Annihilation, fighting mad mobs and abominations. I know it's easy to be a non-believer, so I'm Eliwick, the life cleric, holding her fate together. A pity I can't sit and rhyme forever. See, I'm racing time. So, a few more things before I pass the mic. For those cut up in real life, Solar Green, Instagram, that's my vibe. And I didn't know the question, so I couldn't add it to my little tune. But I would definitely be a fairy with my unique heuristic being a unicorn.
I can't. That was so. That was great. Oh, whew. Man. All right, and you got to follow that, Chris. Tell them who you are and where they can find you.
There is no way I'm following that. That was just way too epic, and I bow down to Sola, who is just the master with words. My name is Kelly Chris. You can find me on Instagram at KellyChris81. I play Dreamfire, Dragonborn. As far as my favorite, I'm going to go with my girl Sola and say fairy. I'm probably going to age myself, but as a young girl, I watched a show called Legend, and it made me love everything.
I love Legend.
Yeah, and so that's when my love for all things fantasy began, and I just love the fairies in that. And, yeah.
Tim Curry is my favorite in Legend. Like, epic.
Yes.
But Tim Curry is my favorite in literally anything Tim Curry is in. Like,
Exactly.
Best devil ever next to Al Pacino.
Yes. Oh man. That was a good one. Devil's Advocate, Keanu Reeves, Charlize Theron. Oh.
Yeah.
Whew. Now I'm dating myself. Alrighty then. So without further ado, let's get a quick shout out to our corporate overlord, Dubby Energy. Dubby Energy. It's a jitterless energy drink made from coffee fruit extract instead of coffee beans, so you don't get all hyped up and amped up and jittery and anxiety ridden from drinking it. It's perfect for gamers because we don't want those jitters when we're handling our controllers and shooting up some noobs, right? And poning them faces on Call of Duty Zombies or whatever it is. You don't want to be jerking around. So if you want to try Dubby Energy, you can use the coupon code PurpleNurple at dubby.gg. We're putting the link in the chat for those who follow us live. And if you're not following us live, check out dubby.gg and use the checkout code PurpleNurple. We get 10% of the commissions and you get 10% off. It's a win-win. So let's go ahead and get into our recap. Who wants to volunteer for inspiration to deliver the recap from last session?
All right. So last session, the party climbed 2 more floors up the Firefinger. They ran into and killed some Pterafolk, and saved an NPC named Nefir, who was an Aarakocra, and claimed that they would spread the word to other Aarakocra about their deeds in saving them. They also mentioned that we should go to their shaman, Crucible, for the Dance of 7 Winds, which can grant us the ability to fly. We proceeded to find more Pterafolk. Olin took out the chief, Narak, while we killed off the smaller guys. One of them escaped, and one of them was captured, which is kind of where we left off now, and whether or not the party will be able to get any answers, or what they will do with the captured Pterafolk, is in the air.
Fantastic.
I want you in every party I'm in from now on.
What?
Right?
My
Yes.
goodness.
And let's go ahead and get up to that Firefinger.
Right. That's right, I'm still a bear. I'm gonna mute my mic and keep making bear noises.
Alright. Here we are. And you guys, as Sola just told us, have defeated these Pterafolk.
Did we already search the bot?
No.
Totally doing that.
Let me get rid of Artis's hand Bigby. That doesn't need to be there. And yeah, if you guys want to start doing some searching, by all means, give me some checks. Investigation. Pollen Visker, keen smell. So yeah, I guess, yeah, I mean, you do get to, you know, anything that you could find by smell would be sticking out to you with that bear form of yours. Whoops. Okay. So, I want to point out we've got Firefinger's Beacon. If you guys remember, I told you the name that it comes from is that flame shooting out the top of the chimney there, and it is a magical plume of fire that puts out tremendous heat. Any creature starting its turn within 10 feet of the flame takes fire damage. So, you guys already can tell that it's just really, really hot getting close to that thing. Nobody's taking damage right now. However, if you get too close to and that is not the campfire, by the way. There is a campfire in that room, and that's not what I'm talking about. Inside the tower are crude nests and 4 moldy wooden chests. And you can definitely smell the mold, Olin. Like I said, there's 4 wooden chests in there. What y'all doing? Hello? You guys talking?
Are the chests locked, or what?
Oh, good question. The question is that the chests are not locked.
So then I'm searching those chests.
All right.
What do I find?
Altogether, the chests hold 2,000 copper pieces, 730 silver pieces, 4 gemstones worth 50 gold pieces each, a spell scroll of Commune with Nature. One of the chests also contains a cloth-wrapped wooden mask resembling a stylized tiger's face. And I will pop all that into, copy-paste that into party treasure for y'all.
DM, I had a question.
Sure.
You said that the flames. Did you say that it was a magical fire?
Yes.
And I make an Arcana check to see if I can get any more information out of it.
Absolutely.
Say 15.
You can tell that from your Arcana check that the flame would probably be able to be dispelled with Dispel Magic. That is what your Arcana check tells you. Otherwise, it is just really strong magical fire.
I'll look at Olin. Give me many ways of disabling magic. I don't have any spells of that prepared. Olin?
Darren, you with us, man?
You are muted if you didn't know.
I dropped Wild Shape and said I dropped Wild Shape on purpose and all of that, and I was muted the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
Yeah, that happened.
I don't have a way to dispel magic. I also don't think there's any reason to. I think this is just a fatal fire that's just been burning forever, right?
I mean, for some time, yes.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything to be gained from putting it out?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Well, the idea that comes to mind is if we put out the fire, maybe tell the Pterafolk that ran away that we've claimed this place as their own, as our own.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Let's ask this Pterafolk if that would work.
You do have a captive.
I'm gonna slide over here.
So, I'll let you see Owen if you need me. I have my flyers.
Fair enough. I don't, does this thing speak common?
It does.
How many of you are there left after that one that ran away? Is it just you and him left, or is there more of you?
He doesn't seem to be inclined to volunteer information at this time.
I'm gonna threaten to feed him to the Dragonborn if he doesn't answer my questions. Is it? Am I dealing with a he?
Give me. Well, you don't know. Give me an intimidation check.
Not particularly intimidating.
He is not, or she is not. The Pterafolk is not particularly intimidated. That is correct. He responds in a screechy, "Just kill me already."
Oof. Yeah, I don't know if I'm comfortable doing that. We should probably just, if we let you go, will you just leave and never come back?
Repeat that. Sorry.
I'm asking if we let him go, will he just fly away and never come back, or will we have to fight him again?
Definitely agrees to fly away and never come back if you let him go.
Wait, so I do have expertise in persuasion. So I'm wondering if I could nicely talk to him to get answers out.
You could try. Give me a persuasion check. What are you saying to be persuasive?
I'm gonna back
We
away
just
so you
want to
get
help
access.
you. We just want to help you, and we do need some answers. If there's any way that we can help you, please let us know. You could even come with us. Eliwick will feed you and keep you as her very own.
So you're give me your persuasion check. Just roll persuasion. Don't click on the expertise.
We're just gonna recruit a coterie of monsters to follow us around and fight our bad guys for us.
Yeah. So you basically describe treating it like a pet. This is a sentient creature with, its own will, desire, and he just wants to leave. He just watched you slaughter all of his brothers and sisters, and is just wanting to GTFO and be like, I want to get away from you, nasty pink skins, and never see you again.
Pink skins? Now it's being racist? Alright, I changed my mind. We can kill it.
Yeah, let's kill it.
Oh no, let's not be some rotten
He
nerds.
was just trying to kill us. Him and his
You invaded his
So-
home.
our home now.
You really want to live on a 300-foot mountain, removed
Look
from
at what-
everything?
Yes, yes,
My
please. Where do I
friend.
sign up for that one?
I mean, I should have
We
thought
can let
that
them
one
go with their
through.
friend.
Go ahead,
Jokes
Eliwick.
aside,
Eliwick is waving her hands frantically. My friends, not be rotten roots. We've come on top as the winners here. Let them retreat back to wherever they might have other friends and family. There's no more need for bloodshed here.
jokes aside, I do draw a distinction between, death in combat versus murdering.
Outright
prisoners.
murder, yeah. So, I guess
Eliwick will
is-
kind of
is
hesitantly
Is the
let
consensus to
them.
let this guy go then?
Yeah. That'll be Olin's vote if we're voting. Just take off, don't come back. If we see you again, we're gonna have to kill you.
I guess I'm just waiting for other party members to confirm or weigh in.
I think Eliwick is agreeing with me on that.
Yes. She's looking to Professor Midnight and Dreamfire curiously.
Professor Midnight is indifferent about the situation. The air from such caution. Do not come back, or we will finish what we started here. Now leave.
The Pterafolk nods, and, well, it's a very curt nod, but is grateful to be leaving with his life, and he does so.
Dreamfire tells him that if he comes back, we're gonna leash him up and treat him like a pet.
Like this?
With a spike collar. And a leather vest. Wait, no, that's going in a different direction, isn't it?
And a ball gag.
Oh, Lord. So...
Okay, good, it's not just me. I'm not the only creeper here.
I'm not keep shaming. There's no creepers here.
Right now, Dragonbait smells like sadness as he and Artist Simber walk up to you guys and say, as a Harper, I do understand that sometimes we've had to say things to prisoners to get them to talk, but I do hope that was all bluster and you had no intention of outright murdering this creature.
For my part, absolutely not. I don't think so.
Good, because if you would have done something like that, I would say Dragonbait and I would take our leave of you.
That's understandable.
Alright, is there anything you guys feel that you need to accomplish up here?
We looted the place. We looted the bodies too, right?
You guys found everything of value.
Yeah. Then, yeah, we should probably depart. Nothing left to do here.
Should make our
We found-
descent
Yeah, I agree.
and unite with our guide down below.
Alright.
Yeah, if we got the item that they were after.
Uneventful trip down?
Yeah, you guys make it all the way down. No issues to speak of.
Stepping
And
over the dead Sturges.
yes. And when you reach the base of Firefinger, you do not see Azaka anywhere around at the moment.
Oof.
Everybody give me
And
a
I make
perception check.
Perception check.
Yes, you can give me a perception check.
I won't have advantage this time. I'm no longer a bird.
True.
I don't have any wild shapes left, do I?
Olin, you do not see Azaka, but you do see a tiger sleeping in some of the jungle foliage.
Oh, what? It's asleep though?
It's asleep. It's a sleeping tiger.
Oh, I want a tiger so bad. So, do we have any meat on hand?
Probably you guys have rations.
Rations. I do technically have rations. Yeah, so I have
Ellie
meat
would-
in there, I'm sure.
Does not
Although, no,
see
because I'm a
sleeping tiger.
vegetarian, so I won't have any meat. What am I talking about?
So she's gonna kind of move forward and look back and forth curiously. Azaka, are you waiting somewhere in the bush, perhaps, friend?
You hear nothing. No response.
I will look around the party. I might be able to deal with this beast, unless one of you is more suited to that.
I'm 70% sure I'm going to be more suited to this particular task. Especially when I do this. Oh, I should probably target the creature, huh?
Yeah. You can do late targeting and then click the saving throw button again. I enabled late targeting.
Oh, but I rolled in that one.
Yeah, you targeted yourself.
I'm targeting Tiger.
Yeah. Well, either
Maybe
way.
I should have applied active effects instead. Oh. Well, it didn't roll.
That's alright. Okay.
You can just use my roll if you want.
It doesn't matter because it has no effect, but it does. The tiger does wake up, looks at you guys, kind of seems a little shocked, and then the tiger transforms. Whoops.
Dun dun dun.
Into Azaka. And she says, I'm sorry. I must have fallen asleep. You guys were up there all day. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag, so to speak.
You're a druid, right?
Not exactly.
Interesting. I've not come across too many animagi.
Animagi? She seems confused.
Those possess the ability to transform into a beast.
Well, sadly, this is not an ability I was born with, or even one that I learned. It is a curse.
A useful curse, it would seem.
Well, less useful than you might think. People sometimes get hurt if I am not cautious.
What's that mean?
Everybody give me, I will say, either Arcana or Nature check. Your choice.
I will definitely be making an Arcana check for this.
Oh, Nature.
Both of you, Allin and Midnight, realize what she is describing. She is a lycanthrope, i.e., Azaka is a were-tiger.
Oh.
So I was mistaken in my earlier diagnosis. You are conflicted with the curse of lycanthropy.
Yes, and I take as much care as I possibly can to ensure that I do not spread this curse to anybody else.
Question, if I might ask.
You might.
From what I understand of lichens, and this is very limited, I thought they transformed under the full moon. And how would you transform in such a dense canopy as the jungle?
The cycle of the moon does control my transformation. I have no choice but to change when the moon is full. However, I am able to change willing.
Hard there.
Yeah, you cut out for like half a minute there.
Sorry.
Probably quarter minute.
She says that the cycle of the moon does indeed force her to change. However, she can also choose to change either to a hybrid or tiger form. That's how she has gotten to know the jungle so well. She just runs around as a tiger and nobody messes with her because she just blends in with the wildlife.
Well, I wanted to recruit a tiger to the party, and I succeeded.
Yeah, not exactly the pet you might have thought you were getting, but yes, especially if you're handing over the mask that you found to her. Azaka is now a permanent member of your party, no fee. She
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No protests there, right? We're obviously going to give her the mask.
Yeah, if you don't give her the mask,
Yeah.
she's leaving you.
Yeah.
That's the whole
that's
reason
what I
they
would
went
do.
up the tower in the first place. Ellie would Allywick would protest if we did not give her the mask.
With this knowledge now, I would advise keeping those silver pieces we found away from our guide.
Yes, she does not carry silver. Gold or copper only is what she will take payment in. But that being
having it, like it just having it around you hurts you like kryptonite. I thought it would have to like actually penetrate you or something.
like if she was holding it in her hand, yeah.
It would burn.
In other words, if she were to pull it out of her coin purse, it would start burning her fingers.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep an eye out for silver. Do you have any other weaknesses we should know about?
Silver. Well, she is still harmed by magical weapons, but she is immune to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage that are not from magical or silvered weapons, making her a very hardy combatant.
Yeah, super tank. I can dig it. All right, shall we carry on, or do you guys want to camp here for a minute?
It is the end of the day. You guys are definitely exhausted from quite a bit of activities of climbing up and down a mountain and fighting at the top of it, so it would definitely be time to make camp. I will share with you, or at least Azaka will share with you, when you return her mask to her. She is very grateful. This wooden mask is shaped in the likeness of a tiger visage. It is a mask of the beast. It has 3 charges. While wearing the mask, you can expend 1 charge and use the mask to cast the animal friendship spell as an action. So
that's funny because I just burnt that spell.
You did just burn that spell, but that's because you burnt it on somebody who wasn't actually an animal.
Right.
But now also, with this, Azaka is able to use the Mask of the Beast to help possibly, other beasts that you might encounter be less dangerous to you.
Heck yeah.
So she just got an upgrade. She just got an upgrade.
This has all been a wild breeze, so I think with the time it seems to be, we should take camp, right? Allywick beams with a smile.
Yes.
Perhaps we should rest for the day, for in the morning I must go back into the Blue Mist to retrieve our canoes and treasure we've accumulated so far.
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Assuming the Blue Mist is still there. It's a transient thing, isn't it?
No, there was like a blue mist inside of a shed.
Yeah.
And yeah, it can appear in different places, but sometimes there's just places where the blue mist is heavy, and that was just one of those places.
Okay, sure.
And you recorded everything that you had left with the canoes, right? Because you guys found some treasure, but you decided to leave it behind, if I remember right.
I think I just assumed Salua did that because she's
treasure in the canoe.
Yes.
As to specifics of what the treasure was, I believe it was written down somewhere, but
okay.
I do not have it.
Okay. Probably in party treasury. I've been pretty good at copying and pasting that shit, so it's in there somewhere. Anywho, so Azaka, if you guys are camping for the evening, does as usual take her bedroll over to an area away from the rest of the party, and starts laying her stuff out. And sits down and is just really, you see her looking at the mask, appreciating it. You can tell that this is more than just a magic item that was important. This thing is important to her in some other way.
Would you say that it's precious to her?
Absolutely, but not in the creepy Schmeagol sense. More like the recovered a family heirloom sense.
Okay, yeah. That does not require intervention. I'll take first watch. Who wants to watch with me?
I'll watch.
You got it.
Artist Simber and Dragonbait also kind of have their own little spot that they take.
Well, that's mighty fine then, friends. Let me take the second watch, why don't you?
You got it.
And I'll take
course,
the second watch with Elliot.
of course, Midnight and Olin are really aware the whole time, whether they're on watch or not. Who else?
The rest is underneath your hit dice. You'll see S rest, L rest. Your guys are taking a long rest.
I love resting. That's everybody, right? Yeah. Nothing happens overnight.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that.
I didn't.
You didn't.
That was a good try.
Did anything interrupt my midnight prayer?
What watch were you on? What was the order of watch again?
Me at midnight, and then Eliwick and Dreamfire, and then probably in Dragon Bay, right?
Yeah. If
That sounds
the
about
DM
right.
agrees.
All right.
Iku and Azaka can check in over the course of that.
Midnight and Olin both give me a perception check, please.
Okay. Hey, and I have a passive, like a really high passive, if that matters.
Why isn't it not letting me roll stealth? Alright, is that...
My passive, I think, is like 17, right?
Okay.
So weird. Alright, I'm just gonna have to manually roll. Okay.
Since we're bragging.
Neither of you notice.
Oh no.
Okay. He's going to make one longsword attack. What happened? What is going on? I think I need a refresh.
Oh, right.
Alright, everybody give me initiative. Let's start there. And while you are rolling initiative, I will refresh. Because for some reason, my attacks are not going through. I'm sure that doesn't bother you at all.
Not a bit. They don't count. It's just like the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't worry about a thing. 'Cause I know nothing's gonna be alright.
Alright, I'm loading back in now, and...
I wonder if it was a mistake for us to both stay over here at this entrance and leave this whole area unwatched.
I wonder if that is also true. Actually, I don't wonder, because I already set up the encounter.
We're gonna die.
Oh, man! So that is a critical hit on Professor Midnight. And you see what hit you. Huh?
So I'm gonna interrupt you with Chronal Shift. Re-roll that.
Okay. I rolled a 2. So
Amazing.
that misses.
As a reaction, nice.
But it has a second attack, and it will attack with its second attack.
Weak.
And still
Certainly
misses.
try.
Yeah, he misses.
Nice.
And
So we
then-
finished our long rest before this happened?
Yes. No, Dreamfire, you're back where you were. No movement has occurred yet.
Where do I get an initiative tracker?
And then also... for those who are asleep, you are all prone and unconscious. Prone, unconscious. Prone, unconscious. Prone, unconscious. Is that everybody?
Dreamfire.
Why you have to throw me under the bus, Eliwick?
What? What do you mean? We are prone and unconscious together, my friend.
Question. If I don't have the initiative tracker, how do I make it appear?
Right click on the cross swords on the combat encounters user interface on the right hand side.
Look at you go. Thank you, gangster.
Alright, this one's gonna make one attack on Dreamfire. And one attack on Eliwick. And misses Eliwick. Alright, and we are in combat as 2 whites appear on the battlefield to attack the party.
I don't see one of them. I see the one by Dream.
Yeah, the one by
I see it.
Professor Midnight.
Yeah.
I
I
had
see it.
they were invisible while they were stealthy, and then but Eku is Going to make a perception check to see if she wakes up from the sound of attacks. She does. Wow.
Get it,
Eku is very perceptive and is no longer unconscious. She will use half her movement to stand up, and then she sees Dreamfire and Eliwick, and she will come over here, use her action to wake up Eliwick. Dreamfire, you were woken up by the attack. So Eliwick, you are now awake and do not have to make perception checks. And that is Eku's turn. Professor Midnight, you're up.
Okay, so as I'm looking at the Dwight, am I seeing is he wearing any kind of armor, tattered rags, cloak? What is he wearing?
Good question. They are wearing studded leather armor. They each carry a longsword, a longbow, and they have a life drain touch.
Oh, yeah, and you do not want that.
Yeah, I got interrupted during my prayer, so I'm pretty pissed off. I need him to go ahead and make me a dexterity save as I'm hitting him with Scorcher.
Alright, go ahead and cast a spell.
On. Twice. There we go.
Excellent. I unfortunately get a nat 20 on my saving throw. Is that for less damage? Half as much on a successful. So go ahead and give me the damage. Alright, so he takes 7. And he's not vulnerable to fire. So. Whoops.
And at the very end of my turn, would this be a persuasion check to yell and wake everybody up?
No, I will just say you can yell and wake everybody up, and I will give everybody a perception check. That was your job as guard.
Yeah, sound the alarm. Everybody get up, we're under attack.
Alright, everybody who is still asleep, which is literally just artists and, it's just NPCs.
Wakey, wakey, undead are baking.
Azaka, not so much. She's still sleepy. Whoops, that was a persuasion check, not a perception check. Artis is, damn it. Artis is asleep still. Dragonbait wakes up, though. Dragonbait wakes up. And that was your turn, yes?
Yep, that's it.
Alright. Next is the white that you just hurt. And he doesn't like that. And so, same thing. He's going to attack with the longsword. And miss. And then he's going to attack with the life drain. And miss. Or, no, does that hit? What's your AC? 13, yeah, that dead nails it. But it looks like you might have a reaction.
Yeah, I should re-roll that.
Chronal Shift, okay. So I re-rolled that, and I got 8 total. That misses. So that's miss. That's the White's turn. Eliwick, you're up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to use half her movement to kind of stand up.
Alright.
And, smile towards Dreamfire. She gently reaches out. Now, feel that warmth coursing through you?
Alright, and, Dreamfire is slightly healed. Okay, that was action. You still have bonus and movement if you like.
Well, if you allow, because I don't think Ellie would be able to help herself, she'll just kind of smell out the white. Now, do we truly need to get so vicious with each other, friend? Can't we calm down and talk a bit? And that will be her.
Alright. Next is the White, who is definitely not interested in talking. More along the lines of just devouring you guys. So he's going to longsword on the still prone Dreamfire. And hits. Not much damage, though. And then is going to target Eliwick with the life drain. He definitely doesn't like the cleric types. And that will hit for 8 necrotic damage, and I need a save from you.
Yes.
Alright, you pass your Constitution saving throw, so your hit point total is not reduced by...
Oh.
Yeah, if you fail your con save on the life drain, then your max HP drops along with your total, your current HP.
Holy cow. Okay.
Alright, next is Azaka, who's going to make another perception check to see if she wakes up to the sounds of combat. She has expertise in perception. Why is she not? There we go. She's awake.
Yeah.
Unconscious. So she wakes up, uses half of her movement to... and then she will use a bonus action to shift into her hybrid form. And her action to dash over here to the other side of this white. Artisimber is still asleep. And he remains asleep. Dreamfire, you're up.
The Dreamfire is going to use action to scan.
It's not your action, it's just half your movement.
Okay, half my movement to stand up. Okay, there we go. And then a blade appears and she attacks with Psychic Blade.
Alright, make sure to click the one that says Dex. Because you have the option of using Strength or Dex with Psychic Blades, but you're Dex based.
Why is it not working?
Target.
I think.
You're not targeted.
Oh. Okay, there we go. And
It hits, give damage, and you have advantage, so you can apply sneak. Also do your sneak attack.
it didn't allow me to.
Target and click sneak attack separately.
untargeted.
No, not that.
All it gives me is damage fast. How do you do sneak attack?
Oh, I don't have a rogue sheet to look at here.
I got it.
Yeah.
Alright, 2d6. You do an additional 8 points of damage. I got it.
Alright. 14 total then?
Done. You do also have a bonus action.
Yes, so I'm gonna kind of go and hide behind this tree over here.
Alright, so you would have to use your bonus action to disengage to avoid an attack of opportunity. If you want to hide,
Okay.
then you would take an attack of opportunity before you hide.
Okay, so I'm gonna disengage.
Alright,
Yeah.
so bonus action disengage, and then you're moving where?
Away.
Just away.
So like over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright. Next is Dragonbait, who is going to dash here. That's as far as he can get. He is not fast. Allin, you are up.
Alright, well.
Sorry to interrupt, but you might want to take prone off of Dragonbait.
Thank you. Oh, that might have been why he didn't move as far. I'm an idiot. That is why he didn't move as far. I made him crawl, basically. So he still would have had to dash to get here. He still had to do a dash to get in there, but he would have had further. Fantastic. Allin, it is now your turn.
Alright, so I'm going to start stomping this way. I'm going to open my mouth and roar. My jaw's going to unhinge and rip open, and a bear is going to come out of it. And I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to turn into a big old brown bear. As an action, not as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to reach a paw out, and I'm going to touch Professor Midnight, and I'm going to use my Eladrin ability to teleport him right here.
You're going to do what now? Sorry, say that again.
I'm teleporting Professor Midnight to right here using my Spring Eladrin ability.
Okay, to here?
Yeah, right about here. And when I turned into a bear, I lost my vision.
Fixed.
I am a bear with vision, and I don't see Midnight, which means I did my job. Although it looks like I can't see where I teleported him to. I can only teleport him this far. Yeah,
Now you
perfect.
can see him.
Show duff.
Alright.
And then I'm just gonna like roar in this white space after having burned all my action economy.
Alright. Eku. Eku is going to cast Bless on the three people who are engaging the white. Alright, and then she is backing off also. Again, Eku is very much a support character, not a combatant. Professor Midnight, it is your turn.
Alrighty then. I've already burned a second level spell.
I did what I
See
could
what I
getting
can
that
do.
white off your back.
Why's he gotta be white? Did I just make you choke?
A little bit.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move over here. And I'm going to support my friends. The good old witch bolts at that white.
Okay. And that's a miss.
Yeah, that sure is.
It's a cool looking effect though.
Yep.
You're at a chronal shift too, huh?
Yep.
Alright, so then it is this white's turn. This white, it does not seem to care that you are a bear. And it is...
Come and get it.
That will hit.
Oh yeah, it will.
For 10 points of damage. And then he reaches out and does his life drain as well. That will hit for 3 points of necrotic damage, but you need to give me a save.
Which I did.
You succeed. Oh my god. So barely. So barely.
Barely.
Yeah. That is I did do that on purpose. Thank you for catching it. Eliwick, you're up.
Absolutely. She will grimace, but cannot stand still and leave her friends to fight alone, so...
That misses.
On for it.
Anything else? You still got a bonus action.
She'll laugh a bit nervously, and no, that's Eliwick.
Alright. Alright, next is that white, and he is focusing on you, Eliwick. So, first attack with your longsword. And that hits for 5 points of slashing damage, and then he reaches out to touch you with a life drain. And that misses. Next is Azaka, who is attacking with advantage. And she uses her scimitar. And she gets how many attacks? I think 2. Yeah, 2. Okay. Whoops, that was not with advantage. I'll just do that a second time. Hits! For 6 points, and she has a second attack. And that one just misses. Alright, Artist Simber, still sleeping. Let's find out if he is awake.
I figured the big loud bear roar would have woke him up.
Yeah, well, he did much better on his perception this time and is awake.
Nice.
And he sees what's going on, uses half of his movement to stand up, and so he can move. He's going to come down here, because it looks like a lot of people are on the other white, and head towards the bear roar. And then dash to get there. Alright, next is Dreamfire.
Burning Fire is going to get right next to Eliwick and Professor Midnight. Target. And use my blades.
Alright, and you will be able to apply sneak if you want, because this is, you have an ally within 5 feet. Go ahead and give me the attack roll, though. There we go. And that misses.
Oh. And so now I just...
You still have a bonus.
Have my...
You can do a bonus psychic blades.
Yes, I'm going to do that.
That one also misses. Ouch!
I do have... What
Side-bolstered knack?
Yes.
I think that's only for
it'll be like
skill
level...
checks.
Yeah, you'll be able to use that on attacks at like level 6 or 9, I can't recall.
Right now it's only for skill checks.
9. I'm pretty sure.
I guess that
maybe
ends my
maybe
turn.
8.
Okay. Dragonbait is going to attack this thing with his Holy Avenger, and he gets 2 attacks. Hits for lots of damage, because Holy Avengers do extra damage to undead. And he has a second attack. And that's a crit. And that is a dead white. Allen, you're up.
Alright. I literally almost just restored transformation again.
Dude, stop that!
I didn't this time. I caught myself. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is eat this boy up like a cheeseburger.
That is a hit. Give me an insight check. Yeah, you notice that in your bear form, your natural weapons do not do very much damage to this thing at all.
Okay.
You do have multi
in that
attack, so you have a
case-
second. You have a claw attack, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I want to use those claws instead to do a grapple. Can I do that?
You can try to grab an opponent instead of doing damage if you hit. That's how that works.
Right, so claw attack.
All right.
18.
So rather than that hits, so rather than doing damage, you are establishing a grapple.
That's right. I'm gonna
All right.
try to put him in a little bear hug.
All right. He is grappled. Well, no, sorry. He is not necessarily grappled. To establish the grapple, you still have to beat him on an athletics check. So go ahead and give me that.
Yeah, let's get athletic. Do I have anything for that? I don't.
No, you just got bear strength.
Yeah. Which probably won't be enough.
I'm sorry, that 10 does not succeed.
Weak white.
It is not grappled.
Can I do the damage instead of
No.
or no? Because I just tried to grapple. Yeah, all right. Bet. That's the bear.
All right. Eku, seeing that this white is dead, will come in and is going to cure wounds on Eliwick.
My, aren't you a shining light? She smiles gratefully.
And Professor Midnight, it is your turn.
Is that white still up?
The one to the north, no. The one to the south, yes.
And I will make my way south once more.
Y'all just saw how fucking clutch Dragonbait is against undead, though, right?
I'm gonna target this guy with what failed me before.
Go for it.
Another Witch Bolt coming up.
And you hit!
18 hit.
Yep. And look, the bolt actually attached. Okay, so...
I wish it would stay on until he dropped concentration. That's cool as
No,
hell.
yeah, I know. It would be cool, but it does not. Yeah, because it's an animation, not a template. Anything else, Professor Midnight?
No. That'll be it.
All right,
Like
next.
Doing damage.
Next is the white,
Nice.
who is going to continue attacking Olin. Hits for 6 points of damage, and then gonna reach out and touch you again for the life drain. Hits for 6 points of necrotic damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, my friend. That is going to fail. Oh no, it succeeds. Sorry, it succeeds. My bad. I was wrong. That's the white's turn. Eliwick, you're up.
Yeah. So, before she does anything else, Eliwick, tries to recall if she's seen anything about these weird creatures in the book.
Ah, yes. You may give me a religion or nature check, or arcana, or history. Actually, you can give me any of them, whichever you choose, and you have advantage on the roll. Technically, I mean, if you want to do a 20 check, because that was a 19, you can't really do much better. But yeah, yeah. So you would know that whites are intelligent undead humanoids that resemble armed and armored corpses. They never tire pursuit of their goal of making eternal war against the living. You would know that they are resistant to necrotic damage and non-silvered physical damage. You would know that they are immune to exhaustion and poison, and they are immune to poison damage.
Okay.
Also, their life drain. If they fail, they must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or its hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the damage taken. This reduction lasts until the target finishes a long rest. If the target dies, if this effect reduced its hit points maximum to 0. The target just instantly dies if this effect reduces its hit point maximum to 0. The humanoid slain by this attack rises 24 hours later as a zombie under the white's control, unless the humanoid is restored to life or its body is destroyed. The white can have no more than 12 zombies under its control at one time.
All right.
That is everything you know from Folos Guide.
Was that an action or anything to recall that from
No.
the book?
No.
Okay. Ooh.
No, I do not require an action for knowledge checks. I believe, that's just speed of thought. Now, if you were actually physically looking it up in the book in the middle of combat, that might take some time. So, what are you doing now? You just moved and you still have action.
Yeah. With her newfound knowledge, she will go over here and she will just simply say, "Holy."
Word of Radiance. Nice. Target the right person.
Absolutely.
All right, it fails its save and takes the damage. Anything else?
Isn't Word of Radiance 5 feet centered on caster?
Is it?
It's a cantrip, right?
It is. It
Oh.
doesn't say. It says that my range must be within range. Let's see, 6. I don't see it telling me if it's
Each
within
creature of your
range.
choice that you can see within range, and the range is...
5 feet.
Oh, it is 5 feet. Unfortunate. I did not realize. That was my bad.
So you would just have
Sorry,
to...
didn't
You would just have to
mean to do that to you.
You would just have to get closer. Are you able to get closer and still cast?
No, because I would have to use a dash action for that. So we'll have to take that back.
We're gonna retcon that. Yep, we'll retcon that. That's fine. You only did 2 damage with it anyway. No big deal. Boop. It's gone.
Thank you. Appreciate the check on that.
Hey, no worries. I actually felt bad, but yeah.
No, but we want to try and play right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what would you do if you could not get close enough to use Word of Radiance?
Yeah, she'll target part of this.
Right, Shield of Faith on Artist Simber. Alright, anything else then, Eliwick?
Nope, that's Eliwick.
Alright, Azaka. Azaka is going to have to dash to catch up to what's going on down here. And does so. Artis is going to attack with his dagger. He makes 3 attacks. His dagger is named Bookmark, by the way.
I love that.
And he actually does use it as a bookmark. You when he's in camp, you'll see him using the dagger as a bookmark. That hits. And then he has one more attack. And that hits. Dreamfire, you're up.
The Dreamfire is going to approach the other one. Where is he at?
This one right here.
This one right here. Yes.
The white.
So the target just okay, got it. Target.
And that hits. Give me some damage.
So again, it's only letting me do damage fast.
Let me... I know how to fix that setting. Hold on.
Oh, okay. It was doing that to me with the Word of Radiance too.
Alright. Go ahead and do the damage fast on this one because I just changed the setting. But now in the future it should give you the option.
And it did give me...
Sneak. Yep, it gave you your sneak. Did not quite finish this thing off. You do still have a bonus action.
I think I'm gonna use another.
All right, go ahead and throw it. Oh, dang. Give me a percentile, please. D100 on the dice tray down below. 38. As you attack your opponent, you begin to fear that they are the superior combatant. Disadvantage on your next attack roll against your target.
I guess that's
All
my
right.
turn.
Dragonbait, I don't think he's going to catch up in time for somebody else is going to get this kill before he has the chance to run in. He's going to come in and try and help, but there's not much for him to, like, get around. Gonna come up right behind the bear here, and that's about all he can do. He does not have a distance weapon. Allen, you're up. Allen.
You're muted again, just in case you didn't know.
So I'm gonna try to grapple him 2 times because my attacks are not.
Okay,
not
I will
great.
tell you, this thing looks like it's... I mean, it already looks dead, but it looks like it's about to die a second time. It looks
Okay, so
really
even my-
messed up.
All right. So even my.
Even the damage reduction that it takes from your
Yeah.
attacks could still finish it off. Easy. As long as
Yeah.
you hit.
Which that won't, but maybe
That did
this
not
will.
hit. That hits. Give me damage.
What is it? 2d6.
Doesn't matter. It had 2 hit points left, guy.
Yes. I
Call
rip
your
its
shot.
arms off.
Yeah, describe your kill.
Yeah, I rip its arms off and kind of just beat him over the head with it, and his head flies off.
Excellent.
Can a bear swing an arm?
I mean, you
Yeah, why
are. You can. You're a druid.
Yeah.
You're not really a bear. All right, and that pulls us out of combat and also puts us in great position to go to our 10-minute break, guys.
For the record, when we come back, I want to loot the body.
So
Heck yeah.
here, my standard rule for D&D, and this is actually, a lot of people don't know this, and a lot of people don't prescribe to it, but it is actually in the book. It states that monster gear is too worn or damaged or whatever from combat to be recoverable and resellable. It is an economy control. So treasure is treasure, but as far as just standard monsters, unless I say they've got this on them, just their equipment, like their standard equipment, that's just not recoverable. Things like you know, gold pieces, gems, other kinds of loot. You might discover those things on a corpse, but just so you know, you guys do not get the opportunity to just carry a bunch of sets of armor and weapons and then go back and sell them. Right? That's actually a mechanic in D&D in the book that says you're not supposed to do it, and a lot of DMs still let players do it, and I don't. So
Going forward,
But I definitely wasn't looking forward to carrying the armor with us, just of anything of value.
Yes.
yeah. So
yes.
like going forward, do you want to just assume that we're always looting the bodies and just?
Yeah,
tell us
that's what
we
that's
find?
what I'm saying. Is going forward, I'm
Okay.
gonna assume y'all are gonna check the corpses, and if there's anything of value to find, I'll let you know. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Situationally, that may not be appropriate, like if we're in the middle of a chase or something. But yeah, no.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, so it is 1:25 Pacific time right now. We are going on a 10-minute break. We will see you guys back at 1:35. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. How are you sputterers out there watching us live? And, oh my, why does it still... thought I cleared the blood. Yeah. It's still showing all the blood on the stream. Oh well. But we are back, and our intrepid adventurers just defeated a pair of whites that encountered them on their camping trip. So what are you guys doing now, huh? What's the plan?
That was first watch. But if we're awake for the rest of the day now,
I'm saying that you guys have completed your rest. You got attacked at the end of it. Now what?
should we consider traveling out more, or do we want to head back to town?
Well, from what our guide had said, we were eventually going to run into the undead. I suppose, now that we're all awake and rested, we should make the most of the situation and continue traveling down the river.
All right. Is that the plan then?
So we already got Azaka saying, "What's next?"
That is the question I am asking. What is next?
I think that's a lovely plan. Traveling a bit more down the river sounds great.
Just randomly traveling down the river, see what you encounter? Or do you want your guide to lead you somewhere?
Elliot will turn to EQ. Is there anything that the following the river would guide us to, or do you think we should head somewhere else?
Well, the river is going to end very soon, Azaka will tell you. And wherever you go to from here will be on foot. There is another river that you guys can travel to, and that river will get you closer to Kur Sabal, which is where the Arakakra told you could go in order to do the Dance of the Seven Winds and gain the ability to fly for 1 week. There was both Eku and Azaka both mentioned seeing a guardian that would be able to give you further guidance along your quest. So it really just depends on where you want to go next.
Do any of our other guides have things that they need from us? Like,
as of now, you just have Eku, who just wants to destroy all the evil she can find, so what order that is done in is not important to her. And then Azaka, you've completed her quest.
Well, good friends, why don't we put a spring in our step and check out this Guardian's wisdom?
Now, do you want to take the canoes with us? Or do you want to leave them with nets as the treasure is still hidden out there?
I was presuming that you were going back to the river where you stored the canoes and grabbing that stuff anyway, and since you're immune to poison, the blue mist doesn't affect you, so I'm not worried about, actually going through the motions of that. We can theater the mind that.
I didn't know if we were already taken off. I thought we were just standing around here talking.
Yeah, you are. Just standing around here talking.
Elliot beams towards the professor. Yes, I think it would be great to take a quick drive to pick that up and be on our way. If no one has any disagreements, I think going to see this Guardian and hearing what they might have to impart on us is important.
Now, I'll turn to Eku. Do you know how long or how far into the jungle we're going to be carrying these canoes before we catch a ride in the next river?
A bit, actually. Give me a second. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop wild shape.
Okay.
Although when I did everything turned black and white, so something weird happened to my vision when I dropped wild shape. Effects.
I know why it does that. It's just the vision on your token just gets messed up. There you go.
Okay, yeah, bet. Yeah, I'll drop out of wild shape.
It's just a weird thing that happens in the transformation that I have not figured out how to make not happen anymore. There are, to answer your question, we have, let's see, man. How many?
You want to pull the map up?
Yes, that is a good place to begin.
We are on Firefinger, which is the middle river, right?
Yes. So, whoops. Let's zoom out a little bit here.
Yeah. All right. So we okay. Tyriki.
So, you are on the River Tiriki, and Azaka will say if you guys want to go to Curse of Ball, it is down here. You see where I'm pinging?
Yeah. So we would have to travel 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes on land, 4.5, 5 hexes on land, hook up with this river, and then drift down, and that'd be the quickest way to get to
Curse of Ball.
But,
correct.
Yeah.
Now, if you
want
to... Go ahead.
You were about to tell me what I was about to ask you.
I probably was. To go speak with the Spirit Naga Guardian in Orolunga is where you gotta go. Orolunga is... trying to find it on the map. Where is Orolunga?
It's like 2 hexes away from Kirsa Ball.
Is it? No, you're just
I hope
saying
so.
That. Orolunga, where is it in, shoot. I was just looking at it. Orolunga. It's important to know where it is before. Man, this is annoying me. Hold on.
Did you check your
No, I'm actually
DM's
looking at the DM map and still having trouble finding it. Give me a second. Oh, okay, I found it. Or I see where it's supposed to be. Orolunga is a ways away. It is over in this direction. You see where I'm pinging?
I don't. Is anyone else?
Off to the far west. It's off to the far west.
Oh, okay.
It is a ways.
So let's see. We've got west. We've got the Mist Cliff, Jahaka Bay,
it's
Ataz,
right. Orolunga is on the same latitude as Mbala, right next to the Mist Cliff Mountains. So here, you see where I'm pinging? Zoom out.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah, I see
Zoom
what
out.
you
Far.
I don't see where.
Oh, you don't see where I'm pinging because I'm on the fucking DM map.
But do you see where I'm pinging? And
That's
is that
it.
accurate?
That's it. That is accurate. That is where Oralunga is.
Excellent.
And
Can you put like a red X there?
I can.
Like,
I actually can.
yeah. All right.
Where we're from. If
That
we
is
wanted
where
to,
Oralunga is. I can even put a little freaking label on it too. Huh?
So from where we're at, if we wanted to, we could uncover these parts here and these on our way to Cursabal, or we can uncover the top bits of the map here on our way towards the Guardian, if you guys were interested.
I think we should go see the Guardian, and I'm just thinking logistically what would be the quickest way. And so when I look at this, let's count the hexes. 1, 2, 3 hexes on land. So we could do 3 hexes on land, and that'll
Remember, if you go to Cursabal, you get to do a ritual that lets you have a fly speed for a week.
Yeah, so I've got a master plan here. I want to go to Oralunga and talk to this Naga, Guardian Naga.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask the Naga where we could find the soulmonger.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She's gonna tell us where that's at. It's somewhere on this map. And once we know where it's at, we're going to want to get there fast.
Mm-hmm.
So then we could backtrack up this river to get back to this ocean star, head up to Ninzaru, maybe resupply, and then slide down the Tyriki again, and then hook up with Olung, go down to Kirsabal, do that ritual, and then we can fly to where the soul thingy is.
That's a big plan.
That's my master plan, and everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, but that's what I want to do.
Okay. So, what does the party want to do? There's quite a few options here, and this definitely has to be a party decision.
So, let me understand this correctly. You want us to, from my rough estimates, dealing with what the map's saying, travel over 200 miles into uncharted territory, go talk to a spirit, go back to the port, resupply, go another 140 miles back to Kirsabal, do a magical ritual, and then fly off into the unknown, unprepared, and possibly die?
Yes.
Well, aren't you a triple branch? I'm not so sure that's a great plan, though.
Okay.
Apologetically.
If that plan makes you a grumpy monkey, I understand. And what we could do instead is we could slide down to Kirsabal, do the ritual, fly to Oralunga, find out where the thing is, and then trudge our happy asses to wherever the soulmonger is.
Well, you're going to be clearing,
by the way,
once you have a fly speed, you're going to be clearing a lot more distance, a lot quicker with fewer dangers.
Yeah, but that fly speed lasts for how long?
A week.
A week. How many hexes can we cover a day while flying?
There is actually math for that. Give me a second. There's information for that in the
the only hesitation I have on my part is if we are going to Kirsabal, we need to know where we're going once we have been gifted granted the gift of flight.
That's what I'm saying.
It only lasts for a week. We need to be certain and make sure where we're going, how we're going to get there, and what we're doing once we leave Because I don't want to be on the sixth day, the night, we're flying over the jungle, and then it drops, and we fall to our deaths.
Well, you would know when the ritual's gonna run out. You would be able to make a landing.
I'm looking at. It's a straight shot, 250 miles, I think, from Kirsaval to Oralunga, correct?
Each hex is 10 miles.
And that's so when I do the measure tool, it says 250 miles. So why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
So that's probably correct.
25 hexes.
Yeah, 25 hexes. Flying. How long would it take us to do 25 hexes?
A character with a flying speed of 30 feet can travel 4 miles per hour. That's
So
the math.
250 divided by 4. Calculator, because math is hard.
That's how many hours it would take to fly to Oralunga from Kursabal with a fly speed of 30 feet, which is what you would get from the ritual.
62.
So 62 hours is roughly 3 days?
Yeah, okay. So,
A 3-day trip to, and a 3-day trip back. That leaves you 1 day for us to fly to wherever the soulmonger is.
yeah, so if we were to go straight to Kirsabal and then fly straight to Oralunga, that's going to eat 3 days. And then we'll have 4 days worth of travel after that to wherever, minus however long we spend in Oralunga. So, this would be, can you see me measuring right now?
Yep.
So this would be about the distance we could expect, probably right about here, radius to get. So if the soul thing is within this radius from Oralunga, then we'll be able to fly straight there. Now conversely, if we already know where the soul thingy is at the time we do the ritual, then that changes our range from Kirsabal to 7 days worth of flying travel, which is literally all of this. And then, no matter where it is, we can literally fly straight to it. It doesn't matter if it's up here by, what is this, Lantan? We could almost assuredly fly to Lantan from Kirsabal in a week, right? So that's why I want to do the roundabout Oralunga first, and then slide around and do the ritual. It's faster to do it in water, right? Water is 2 a day, and land is 1 a day. Is that correct?
Yeah, on water you are able to do 2 hexes a day at a normal pace.
So it would be faster to go on land across here, carrying the canoes if we can, to get to Soshin Star. Slide down Soshin Star, see what's going on at Camp Righteous, see what's going on at Camp Vengeance, and then trudge through to Oralunga. Trudge back the way we came, go up through Nianzaru, resupply, and then trek down to Kirsabal. Also, airships are a thing, aren't they?
No. I mean, are they a thing? Yes. Do you have the money for one, or do you know where one is being made or housed, or... Yeah, not so much.
I bet we could find one in Nianzaru. Or, worst case scenario, we could find a ship. How fast can a ship go?
There were ships for hire in Port Nianzaru, yes. Absolutely.
How fast can a ship move?
Ships move significantly faster.
Alright, first things first. If we're wanting to get to the Shoshin Star, we're carrying the canoes. That is 40 miles carrying.
Yeah, it'd be 1 hex a day, right? So it'd be 4 days.
So, since you are doing this planning in front of Eku, give me that measurement again for how far you said the radius would be? For
From Kirstval to
let's just say you have 4 days to so
travel from Orlunga.
Let's say you have 4 days left after Orlunga. What's your radius?
I'm picturing something like this.
So, without telling you where the Soulmonger is specifically, Eku does have her best guess that it is in the lost city of Omu, because that is where she felt the strongest evil presence as she was exploring. She does have she can tell you that the lost city of Omu is pretty close to that radius. You might still have some walking to do after your flight ends, but not a ton to get to Omu. However, she does not feel like you guys have the strength, power, or equipment or abilities to even remotely face the dangers in Omu, and recommends busting your cutting your teeth on some lesser evils first. She does have one evil thing in particular that Eku would like you to add to your agenda. Obviously, I said she wants to destroy all evils and doesn't really care what order that happens in, but there is one evil in particular that she wants destroyed.
DM, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The map we're seeing, is this the one that the lady that hired us gave us?
Sindra gave you, yes.
So I'm seeing the skull and crossbones on the map, not too far away from where we are.
Yes, those are indicating pockets of heavy undead, powerful greater undead encounters.
So the question I'm going to ask is Echo, and Eku, I motion her over to look at the map. Are you wanting us to go take a look at that and point out the skull and crossbones?
Specifically, what she wants you to take a look at is... So where was the skull and crossbones you were pinging again?
Right next to us by the Tairiki.
Yeah, no, that's not what
Right
she
there.
was. That's not what she was. What she wants you to check out. She wants you to check out this spot over here called Mbala. So it would be on your way to Oralunga. It's right here, Mbala. And Eku tells you that there is a nasty creature named Nanny Pupu. Nanny Pupu, spelled N-A-N-N-Y, Nanny, Pupu, P-U''P-U, Nanny Pupu.
Oh, okay.
She tells you that Nanny Pupu is a hag who destroyed the village of Umbala many, many years ago.
When you
She
say hag,
also
do you
knows-
mean like mean old lady?
When
Oh,
I say hag,
certain
I
type.
mean definitely not human.
Okay, fantastic.
And she wishes for Nanny Pupu to be destroyed and the village of Umbala to be avenged.
So hear me out,
particular.
friend.
I actually have a picture of Nanny Pupu if you want to see her.
Yeah. As we're seeing that picture, Elliot
Does
gives
Iku have a
smile.
picture of Poo-Poo?
No,
Oh,
but
I was
so
honestly,
here-
I was immediately imagining it was Iku handing it to us. because
here's a
Dave was
picture of
handing it to us.
here's a picture of Pupu.
Oh, she's adorable. I don't want to kill her. I want her to be my grandma.
Well, Nanny Poo Poo is a vicious, evil hag, and Iku wants her removed from existence.
Well, fair enough.
So Ellie will give a smile, though she does kind of oddly droop solemnly at the same time as she gestures on the map. Well, I know we're not trying to waste too much time, but we could clear some of the uncharted territory in going to this place.
And there are landmarks on the map on the way to Oralunga that you've got Camp Righteous, Camp Vengeance along this river, Mbala. So they're going this way, just going this direction will allow you to encounter a lot of things along the way.
We are paying Iku in taking care of evil, so I think this would be a good two things in one stone.
Yeah, I'm happy with going to Mbala. I'm hesitant to acquire the flying power until we're closer to knowing, exactly where to go.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
still feel like we should trek on foot to Mbala, and then after that, obviously trek on foot to Oralunga, and then what we could do from Oralunga. It's not too far from the coast. We can what's going on at Jahaka Bay?
Jahaka
Do we know
Bay,
anything about that?
Yeah, however, so Eku and Azaka can give you information on Jahaka Bay. Give me a second. Let me bring that up. This is why you have guides.
I'm hoping it's frequented by ships, because then maybe we can catch a ship
Jahaka
from
Bay,
there.
Jahaka Bay / Jahaka Anchorage is a pirate base area.
Perfect. It's perfect. Okay. Tyriki to Soshin Star. Soshin Star to Righteous to Vengeance to Mbala. Mbala to Oralunga.
So you're saying you want to go upriver Tiriki back to Port Nyanzaru and then come around down the Soshin Star? Because the Tiriki keeps going south directly, but Soshin Star is off here to the southwest.
Yeah, but it'll be quicker to take the Soshin Star down to Mbala than it would be to walk on land to Mbala.
But then there is the concern of carrying the canoes across all of this land.
So you want to slide down to this area?
I'm saying the river. I'm saying this river ends. I'm saying this river ends. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't want to do anything.
Ellie was saying she wants to reach the end of the river right here. No, yes, I'm talking to Olin.
I hear you.
I'm saying I want to track the river down here, and then uncover this part of the map on ground to Mbala. We'll unearth more of the map, get it even closer to being more fleshed out.
We're already pretty far. We're at Firefinger, right?
Yes.
We're still at Firefinger.
Yes.
So
you're at the base of Firefinger is where you guys were camping.
Eliwix, you want to explore this area and uncover on foot all the way to Mbala?
Yes. I know that our situations are dire with what's going on, but I think uncovering more of the space would be beneficial as well.
I agree. I have a compromise. What do you say we slide down to about right here? And we cut across. Let me get my measure tool back out. Yeah. We cut across from here to Camp Righteous, reconnect with the Soshin Star, float down Righteous to Mbala. And so we will uncover this area, leave this area down here unexplored to make it to Camp Righteous.
I can see the wisdom in that. We could probably maybe get some kind of resupply at Camp Righteous, depending on what their
Also,
scene?
also, you guys are closer to here, actually, on the river.
Okay, bet. So, okay, question time. What's the difference between the X and the white square and the black square and the, you know what I mean, and the black circle? Like all these, is there a key?
Yeah, the key
answer
is
to your
all the way
question
down
is the
here.
very bottom of the map.
Very
Oh,
bottom
look at
left
that.
corner of the map.
Yeah. X's are points of interest. White square is a fort. Black square is a ruin. Black circle is a settlement. Circle with the circle around it is a city.
Yeah, over
Undead
table.
territory.
That's why Eliwick was phrasing it that they could see what the situation was at the camp.
Yeah.
So it looks like Camp Righteous is not a fort or a settlement or a city. It looks like it's just a point of interest. So yeah, I agree. We probably should be interested in that. And then down here is a fort. Down here is a fort, so we could probably resupply at Vengeance or Righteous, depending on what the situations look like at Righteous.
So, Camp Vengeance, Eku and Azaka can both tell you Camp Vengeance is a place to resupply. Camp Righteous should also be likely populated by members of the Flaming Fist as well. Those are their. It's the Flaming Fist that has been doing a lot of the push, trying to find relics and other powerful artifacts in the ruins of Chult.
We got two camps pretty close to each other.
They do.
Well, my silent friends, Eliwick will kind of beam at Dreamfire and Professor.
Camp Vengeance, she will share with you, is more of a proper fortress, though. Okay. Camp Righteous is more of a outpost.
What do you both think about landing here and then traveling to this Camp Righteous and then making our way down for Membala?
Dreamfire is pretty neutral along for the ride, but Dreamfire does agree that we should maybe start checking out some uncharted territories soon.
Yeah, so the compromise would be sliding down here closer to whatever this big cavernous thing is.
That's where
sliding
the river,
down here.
That's just where the river ends. And,
yeah, so
and there is something there.
And there's a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares feasibly that we could uncover, depending on the path we go.
I don't know that I like the way Dave said there's something there.
Yeah, I don't either. I personally am not interested in exploring. I figure we'll do all the exploring we want while we're flying. We'll be able to do plenty of exploring. So personally, I just kind of want to travel in a straight, fast line as best we can. The most expeditious trip is superior to the scenic route.
Well, you can call it a scenic route, my friend, but you never know what things you might find in places unexplored. We can find helpful things to help us along our way.
Yeah, I'll never disagree. That's
right now,
another valid point.
I say we continue down the river. We
So enough.
ride it until it ends. See what we can scrounge up at Camp Righteous, resupply at Camp Vengeance, and make our way down to Mbala.
Deal.
All right. So it seems like the plan to unchart this little area on our way to Camp Vengeance, Righteous, and then to Vengeance, and then to Membala. Everybody seems to like that plan. Elliot beams at Olin, and she gives a thumbs up. Wonderful compromise.
Yes. I think so too.
Right. So. So it would, at a normal pace, it would take you 2 days to get to the point that you want to start cutting across.
Let's do it.
All right.
Then
At a normal pace, it would take 9 days on foot to reach Camp Righteous.
Ouch, yeah. Let's get to it. I hope we end up at Jahaka Bay. I totally want to hijack a pirate ship and sail it.
I, the player, know what's in Jahaka Bay, and I don't think we're quite ready for that.
Yeah, it'll be a while before we get there anyways. God, it's 9 days just to get to, so yeah.
Alright.
Can we move it?
I am getting everything set up now that I know what you guys. Yep.
Yeah.
You got it.
So I did already roll to see if there were any encounters. Nothing major. There were some spiders, but I figure you would have been able to avoid them easily. Especially with your guides kind of helping out. As I move us to Camp Righteous. After after a solid 2 weeks of travel.
I'm assuming we're long rested then?
Yes, you guys go ahead and take your long rests.
Alright.
Oh, do we remove the hexes we uncovered?
The hexes are not actually removable. I just have 2 separate maps so that okay. I know what is under that stuff.
I can't tell if he trailed off or cut out.
I said I have 2 separate maps, so I know what's underneath those hexes because the covered map is not uncoverable.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Could you put like little dots so we remember that we've traversed those hexes?
I guess. I will say you're just going through dense jungle. There's nothing of interest between where you are at the river and Camp Righteous.
I think she just wants to color them in so we don't backtrack over one that we've already traveled.
Yeah, I'm trying to track what we're quote-unquote unrevealing of the map.
So that I can do is...
didn't she say something about getting money for uncovering more of the map?
Having a more fleshed out map. That's why Eliwick is...
yes. Are you a cartographer? Do you have a cartographer's kit? Or cartographer tools? So you can't really make new map. That it is not just uncovering the map, it is making a more complete map. So you guys would need to...
Yeah. That's why I've been asking everybody we come across.
Once I get my hands on those tools, I can start trying to...
And you need proficiency with them, right?
Yes.
Or do you need proficiency?
Well, yeah, but you can practice.
You can use them.
You can learn stuff. But all you're really clearing out is these top little squares right here. So it's not like super intense. As you guys are traveling, Azaka tells you a story about where Camp Righteous is located. Here's the story. Finding it an easier way. Do, do, do. Okay. So, as you are traveling to Camp Righteous, Azaka and Eku, both native Chultans, kind of take turns telling you this story together. The Camp Righteous is built at the feet of a shrine built centuries ago by native Chultans. Carved into a stony hillside, its entrance lies between the feet of an 80-foot-high stone statue depicting a man carrying a crocodile on his back. This is a figure from local Chultan mythology, and Eku and Azaka tell you the story for the characters about what the statue signifies. Here is the story. In the early days of the world, man stood by the banks of a river, frightened. Crocodile raised his head from the water and asked, "What troubles you, cousin man?" Man said, "I must cross this river, but I fear to enter the water alone because it teems with your brethren." Crocodile replied, "It's true, you would not be safe, but I will carry you across the river safely on my back, if you promise to return the favor." Man agreed, and Crocodile bore him safely across the water. When they reached the far bank, Man asked, "How can I repay you?" Crocodile replied, "I wish to see the realm of humans, but I fear to go there alone because it teems with your brethren. You must carry me on your back across your realm." Man had been tricked, but a promise is a promise, so he carried Crocodile safely on his back across the entire realm of humans, a journey that lasted many years. He also swore in his anger that never again would man and crocodiles be friends, and so it has remained to this day. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that into lore for you.
I appreciate you so much.
I want a Banjo-Kazooie with a crocodile.
So, yeah. Lore, bablam, paste, and there you go. That is the story of Man and Crocodile, an ancient Chultan legend.
Kind of like the scorpion and the turtle story or something like that.
Something like that. Anyway, as you approach Camp Righteous, you find it to be entirely abandoned. And, give me a second. You come upon an abandoned riverside camp strewn with wreckage. The tents are moldy and tattered, and all the permanent structures appear to have been burned to the ground. 2 intact rowboats are tied off to a short dock. North of the camp is a ridge, built into which is an 80-foot-tall stone statue carved to look like a man with a crocodile on his back. Between the statue's feet is a stone archway leading to a dark tunnel. To the left of the statue is a crude animal pen with a small panicked bird running around inside it. There are no other signs of life.
Uh-oh. There are no...
I said there are no other signs of life.
Ah. Everything after no cut out, but yeah, okay.
Well, isn't
That
this
is-
a thing of worrying mists? Ellie looks around worriedly.
And hold on, I gotta fix the, you guys are not seeing this on the stream. There we go. Here we are at Camp Righteous. So what you guys doing when you come upon this abandoned and wrecked camp?
You said there was a poor bird?
There, yeah, you hear the sounds of a bird running around, flapping around inside a pen off to the northwest.
I would like to investigate the tents.
All right. give me go to the tent and give me whichever tent you're investigating. Give me an investigation check.
Ellie would
I would
like
like
to help
to
when they
investigate
see
the bird.
Professor starts picking out tents.
I'm heading over here to this bird.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
All right, one thing at a time. Just because
Of
I mean, not that you guys can't be doing all this stuff at once, but I can only adjudicate one thing at a time.
Yeah, of course.
So in those tents we have everything of value seems to have been removed from these tents. And damn it. Okay. Shoot. Okay, so I guess that actor I need to, that's annoying.
Is he cutting out, or is it just...
No, I would just I just stopped talking. Looks like that will hit, unless you use a reaction.
Try again.
Chronal shift. Okay, so let me see what my new roll would be. My new roll would be a 13. Does that still hit?
Meets.
Meets. All right, so that's a hit. You take 2d4, total of 6 poison damage as a poisonous snake that was just hiding in the wreckage of the tent, minding its own business, strikes out at you.
You don't take poison damage, right?
He is resistant to poison damage. He can't be poisoned.
Oh, weak.
The thing with the scrolls came up, they do a constitution saving throw, hit it, nothing popped up.
Yeah, you took half damage. It looks like.
No.
Yeah. You did your con save, you passed. You were that was the save against being poisoned actually, but you would be immune to it either way. You can't be poisoned. But yeah, snake bites you. And meanwhile, let me go ahead and shift the camera over to Olin. Olin is checking out this tiny little baby bird in the pen over here. And give me a nature check, Olin.
I will.
Yes, with that critical success, you absolutely recognize this as a baby axebeak.
Aw, he's just a baby.
Give me a second. I have a little bit more description for you. A fledgling axebeak with 6 hit points has gotten itself trapped inside the enclosure.
Okay, so it's not...
It's
just a wild axebeak.
No, well, it is a wild axebeak.
Yeah. Can I get him loose?
You see, there's a latch on the pen. It's not locked. It's a simple pen latch. There's a door there. Yep.
I'm gonna open it up and let him out. I'm not gonna try to befriend him. I don't see him doing anything for the party.
Aww. The Axebeak squawks loudly, and out of the jungle, you see two adult Axebeaks, and the fledgling Axebeak runs and starts nuzzling up against them, and they kind of nod and start making a move to get away. The fact that you are not harassing their baby, they seem inclined to leave you alone.
Yes, and I can only animal friendship one of them, and I wouldn't separate them. And that would probably start a fight anyways, so they can have a nice one.
All right. And so these adult Axebeaks just tarry off on their own with their baby now released from the pen that it was trapped in. Eku and Azaka both approve.
So what's
Ellie
going
also
on?
approves.
Now, Dreamfire, you were checking some stuff out, too. You went up there to... are you at the tent or at that burnt-out building?
I was just kind of walking around everywhere, and I'm really curious about the burnt out building, but I'm not curious about the statue that has steps leading up to it. And so I'm thinking that the burnt out building probably doesn't have anything of too much value, so I'm with the statue at this point.
Well, you're wrong about that. But that's beside the point.
Okay, well, go to somebody else over the table.
Eliwick, are you making an investigation check in the burnt-out building?
Yeah. Wants to see, like, you know, how long ago was it burnt out, if she can tell, and all that jazz.
So give me first a religion check.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of just stand sentry here with my passive perception 17.
Oh.
Okay, you do not recognize the religious symbol, but you find a silver holy symbol of Torm, but you don't know anything about that god. It is still hanging by a leather thong from a peg on the shrine wall. So this was a shrine to Torm, which is the god of the Templars that are that were camped here.
Yeah, if Dreamfire is still standing next by Ellie will kind of move towards them with a smile. I don't know much about the faith of it, but there seems to be some kind of, well, once shrine to Torm.
Yeah, you don't even recognize the symbol, though. You don't know Torm. But Dreamfire, you can make a... Yeah, Dreamfire can make a religion check.
Gonna do that.
Found this holy symbol. I don't know who it's for, though.
It just does look clearly like a holy symbol.
Must be,
Yeah, Dreamfire doesn't know anything about Torm either.
We should walk here carefully. It's never good to walk thoughtlessly upon sacred grounds.
I'm gonna pop off this divine sense.
Okay. You detect no evil. Or, what is it? Good. Yeah, you detect no good, no celestials, no fiends, no undead. Currently in the... Actually, wait, within 60 feet. Yeah, no undead within 60 feet.
And it's until the end of my next turn, so I'm gonna walk 30 feet and see if this way. Oops! Yikes! This way.
Eliwick is gonna show Iku the holy symbol. Ask if she's seen it.
Iku does recognize the holy symbol of Torm and would be able to tell you that that is the Templars' god. She's not a huge fan of the Templars. She thinks that they are ruining the natural world. Or sorry, Azaka thinks they are ruining the natural world out here of Chult.
Well, I'm sure the undead are ruining the natural world even more. So
That is also true. And then finally, the last. You checked out
Who's
the command
that?
tents. Panel pens.
is that just a logo? And I think it's a
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, that is just a logo.
Okay.
Which area is Area 5? Ah, right. So, Allin, when you were at the animal pens, by the way, you did see a set of latrines behind the pens over here.
Oh, I mean, I'm not super interested in using a public restroom, but since you pointed them out to me, I feel like I have to.
Give me an investigation check.
Alright, but I'm gonna do it specifically from right here. Yeah, I don't have an investigatory bone in my body.
Yeah, you see a glint of metal inside one of the latrines, even from where you are.
Oh, you just really want me to go into this latrine? Well, you know what? I will. I ain't scared of nothing.
When you get closer, you can see inside the pit of one of the latrines is a dead Templar in scale mail.
Like, in the latrine, like...
In the latrine. There is a
What a
dead guy
horrible
in
way to
latrine.
die. What a horrible
What
way
a
to
way
die.
to die. Holy.
Yeah.
Give me a medicine
This is the
check.
only...
Is it Elvis?
Is
He's
this the
human.
only corpse around?
It is the only body you've seen so far, yes.
She asked if it's Elvis, was the joke.
Oh, was it Elvis? I thought she said Elvish.
Yeah.
I was like, no, he's human.
I just wanted your joke to be recognized, kiddo.
Thanks.
So, are you going to fish the body out?
Is this the only corpse around, or are there bodies
Yes.
strewn everywhere?
No, this is the
All right, well-
only corpse that you have found. You have not seen anything. You've seen destruction all around. It definitely looks like there was a fight here. Something happened, but you have not found another body other than this one.
Alright, well,
How
I
badly
will...
decomposed is it?
That would require a successful medicine check to determine.
I failed. Well, I can't just leave this poor guy in the toilet, so I'm gonna yank him out of there, and I'll, clean him up as best I can. And I have mold earth, so I'm gonna start digging him a grave with it.
Okay. Absolutely fine. The scale mail is ruined. It is no longer usable. It's been just completely rusted in that shit bucket.
Sure.
But he does also have a warhammer, which is still intact, and a pouch containing 5 assorted gemstones worth 10 gold pieces each.
I'll take the gemstones, I suppose. He's not going to be using them.
Does somebody else want to make a medicine check on the body?
I will. I'm just writing a note, but I will.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it.
I have 4 gold pieces. I'm going to take 2 of them and put them on each of his eyes.
Aw.
I don't know what Yavoy's religion was, but a lot of people do that, so maybe
Torm.
he did.
It was Torm. This guy is wearing Templar armor, so clearly he was one of these Templars.
Okay, is that
Ellie,
something
wait,
a
your
Torm
medicine
person
check?
would do?
What your medicine check Torm, you don't know anything about them having a specific religious affiliation with coins over the eyes. But Eliwick, you can tell with your medicine check the way this guy is has as dry as his skin is. You're able to determine that this person died of thirst. So, putting 2 and 2 together, this place was attacked. This man, his courage failed. This Templar's courage failed him, and he hid by climbing down into the latrine. He survived the attack, but couldn't climb out of the reeking pit by himself, and died of thirst within days.
That's sad. Well, at least he didn't turn into an undead. Does anybody have gentle repose? Then I'm gonna cut his head off before I'm done burying him.
I mean, I get it. I understand it. It's mutilation, but I get it. And as much as it's distasteful to some of your NPCs traveling with you, they also understand the reason behind it.
Eliwick expresses that she would need to spend some time praying or resting if she was going to have gentle repose.
No, it's a ritual.
I don't think we should stay here at all.
Oh, it's a ritual?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
If it's on your spell list, it's a ritual. You don't need to prepare it.
Okay, outstanding. In that case, I will
would
not
ask
cut
if you would
his
let
head
her
off.
take the time to do a ritual, and Ellie would like
takes
to.
you 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's 10 plus an action, so yeah.
Yeah, if no one else in the party is opposed, Ellie would like to take the 10 minutes to kind of...
That is definitely a better solution than cutting off the head.
Agreed. If Eliwick stopped me in time, I will not cut off his head.
Well, you asked the question first if anybody had gentle repose, and she would have been able to respond to that.
Yeah, fudge out.
So, now what? Now that you guys have dug a grave for this poor dead soldier, and you have a warhammer and 50 gold pieces worth of gems, what you doing next?
Are we gonna keep this warhammer? I don't need it. I guess we don't. There's no reason not to keep it if you can carry it.
It is a warhammer. It could be given to somebody or sold or whatever. The armor was not intact, but the hammer is.
Well, let's check out between this boy's legs over here.
All right.
I would say maybe we should investigate. This poor soul unfortunately didn't make it, but maybe we can find more clues on what happened here. Unless we'd prefer to just continue towards Nimbala.
Well, there might be survivors in here holed up or something.
Unlikely.
I mean...
It's a shrine. That's all I'm going to say.
Because there's stuff in there. Meta, but that means there's stuff in there. Also...
Or am I still being harassed by the snake?
No. If you, it struck, and if you did not continue to mess with it, it wouldn't continue to mess with you.
I see. I'm gonna go investigate that shrine.
Alright. We could probably give some proper prayers for their followers who probably were lost in whatever battle took place here.
Also, depending on what time it is, it might be a really safe place to rest.
Go ahead, and by the way, sorry, I need you guys to go all the way back to the beginning, please.
Zoop.
There's descriptions and whatnot to happen.
Yeah.
All right. The ceiling here is 23 feet high and draped with cobwebs, and the stone-tiled floor is covered with a thick layer of mud, creepers, and blown-in leaves. Give me a perception check. Only one character may make this check. So whoever's going first, or it doesn't have to be whoever's going first, but Very specifically, there's not going to be multiple checks for traps. Only one person is doing the check. And
okay.
you have disadvantage on this check, Colin. So give me a
Oh,
second.
yikes. Would somebody else not have had disadvantage?
No.
Well, there you go.
All right. You see nothing out of the ordinary other than mud and grass and dry leaves and shit.
One moment.
Find traps? Do you have find traps?
I would like to use my last chronal shift to make him re-roll that.
Okay, go ahead and give me a new d20 roll, or just a new perception roll.
Amazing.
This would actually be your
my-
first chronal shift because we've had a long rest since before.
No, he chronal shifted the poisonous snake, but it still hit him.
Oh, bad. Okay, well, I will do one more perception.
Hey.
Hey, and so that means I take the 21, because that's the lower of the two. And you do notice a seam in the floor that is concealing a pit trap. You had disadvantage because of all of the mud and leaves, making it harder to notice.
Oh. I will point out the pit trap and avoid it.
You notice that this whole floor is a trapdoor. Like, there's no edge to walk along. If you step forward past this square onto this square, you drop. That is, the trapdoor will fall.
Who can fly?
Or
I can fly. I have wings.
It might just be you going in there. Unless we could figure out a way.
But I don't like the
is,
look that Dave just had on his face when I said that. I don't.
is there a way to
we want
to
to try and
this-
see if it feels like that.
I think if we trigger it, it'll just make a big hole in the floor that we have to jump across or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, technically, even though it's not there yet, we still have to deal with the hole in the floor, right?
Yeah.
Hollywood beams.
Yeah, true.
Do we want to throw something at it to trigger it?
Can we look around for maybe instructions or clues around here?
Yeah, you can check the lore channel.
Let me check the lore channel.
Do any of our guides know anything about this place?
Yeah. They one of them told you a really, really cool story about a man and a crocodile crossing a river.
Right,
And then
Yeah.
crossing,
Like
and then
the inside of the place. The inside of the place and all that. Like,
I have given you all of the information that I can give.
Okay. Tell you what. Who wants a piggyback ride?
Piggyback ride. Hollywood tilts her head.
The only thing I can up with from what I'm looking at here is that someone's got to like ride on someone else's shoulders going through here. Man and crocodile style.
Suggesting that if you're carrying something on your back, the floor won't fall.
That I think so, yeah. I think that's the only reason that story would be relevant that I can think of offhand. Or even on hand.
Well, I don't think it'll work, but I'll try. Eliwick beams eagerly.
All right.
Outstanding. Enthusiasm is my favorite thing.
Wait though, since I can fly, wouldn't it make more sense for me to be like on the back, and then like if shit went down, I could fly?
You could not carry anything other than a small creature, so you could only carry Eliwick.
Oh, okay.
Can Eliwick
Eliwick,
carry
yeah.
you too? You guys want to go Banjo-Kazooie style? Because I love it. I love it if you do.
Dreamfire turns to Eliwick and asks if Eliwick wants to take part in this adventure with her.
Absolutely.
So Dreamfire and Eliwick are crossing with Eliwick on Dreamfire's back. Are you activating your flight, or are you saving that in case you need it?
It would probably be good to actually test whether
Activate
or
it
not...
now.
Okay.
Oh god.
You're gonna activate it now. You don't actually have to be flying, but it only, remember, it only lasts for a minute, so 10 rounds.
You can prepare it for flight if you like, but I do think we should test it for the others. If all you need to do is carry someone on the back, it'd be good to confirm if it falls or not.
Alright, so are you guys walking forward?
Okay.
Dreamfire steps onto the platform with Eliwick on her back. And the trapdoor does not fall.
Hey.
Next you see, in the next room, the ceiling here is also still 23 feet high and draped with cobwebs. Are you continuing through?
Hollywood will look back to the other two. Is there any way you could become something that could ride on Professor Midnight's back? It seems like your method works.
I can carry Professor Midnight probably. I got a strength 13.
I'm gonna tell you probably not.
Alright, well, let me turn into something that can carry Professor Midnight on my back.
Oh my god,
What's a good idea?
When Eliwick and Dreamfire walk into the next room, nothing happens.
I think we
You
should
see ahead of you. You see ahead of you.
Yeah, I'll just be a bear again.
You see ahead of you are you transforming into a bear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'm blind again.
I'm fixing it.
I know.
There you go. So yeah, Professor Midnight could ride on... Whoops. And...
You said there you go, but I still can't see.
I was... Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because I did it on the prototype token, not on you. Now you can.
I can.
And with Midnight on your back, you step onto the platform, and again, it does not drop. Eliwick, you see ahead of you a 7-foot-high ledge. You cannot see what is over that ledge. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and...
Even from Dreamfire's back? Oh my goodness.
No, Eliwick, you can see over the ledge. Excuse me, I'm wrong. Because you are on the back. 7-foot-high ledge. The area north of the ledge forms a 16-foot-high terrace, the floor of which is tiled by a 4x4 pattern of squares. There is just enough room for a person to stand at the top of the ledge without stepping on the tiles. But beyond that, the pattern covers the floor from wall to wall. Clear back to another 7-foot-high ledge that separates this section of hall from the next area. A wooden door that has a pattern similar to the 4x4 pattern carved into the floor that you can see. One of the tiles on the door is faintly glowing. And I will say that it says to roll a d4 to determine which one. So I will do that.
Which is assuming Midnight's still riding me, right?
Yes, Midnight's still
Because
riding.
I'm moving. I don't want to move forward and...
Yeah, no, don't move forward because...
just
yeah.
kidding.
This is where the ledge... This is where that first ledge is, right? So,
Okay.
so just so that you can see what I'm trying to describe here, right? You have this 4x4 pattern here. You see this door, and on the door, you see the same 4x4 pattern. Because Eliwick is riding Dreamfire's shoulders, you can see that this square is lit up. I will put a little square template there.
Maybe I should have.
Olin, can you move down so I can see the 4 squares completely?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, no
Oops.
worries. Maybe
Here,
I should have been a
actually-
giant spider.
Better than that, let's do this. Alright. So that square is faintly lit on the door. The same
Okay.
4x4 that's what you see. You see this square. So three across, 3 down. You see that square lit up on the door. You do not see it lit up on the floor, but I'm showing you on the floor to indicate
What the
where
door
it's
is
lit up on.
indicating, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. All right. Eliwick's gonna kind of gently pat at Dreamfire's head. This looks a bit odd. There's a pattern on the floor up here, and it matches this weird pattern on a door that's even higher. And I don't know how to quite explain it, but I think I see a faint glow on one of the squares. Not really sure what it means, though. Maybe we need to step on the square that's lit up? What do you think?
Dreamfire turns to Eliwick and nods her head.
Oh, I am sorry. I also put that in the wrong spot. It should be there.
Ah, okay.
It should be in the first
This
row.
ledge up here, though, Dreamfire, it looks like there's only room for one person, to stand up there, unless
Right.
you know.
So without
stand on
stepping
the
on the
square.
pattern, you can stand on this ledge right here without stepping on the pattern. You see it?
I don't think we can all fit here without stepping on the pattern and potentially messing something up.
What do
guys
you
think we
suggest,
should do?
Eliwick?
I can't talk, but I think I should probably just take Professor Midnight out of here and let you guys handle it.
Well, aren't we a bundle of roots?
I'm way too big to even get through that door up there, so I've messed this up. I should have turned into something else, I think.
Eliwick will climb up on the ledge.
Okay. Ordinarily it would be an athletics check, but since you're on top of Dreamfire's shoulders, you can just come right.
You said
because
ordinarily and then you died.
You started to say ordinarily.
Ordinarily, you'd have to do a athletics check to climb up, but since you're on Dreamfire's shoulders, you're already at the perfect height, and you are up on the ledge. Now what? But you no longer can see
The door.
the door.
Yeah.
I'll stay a bear out here and keep watch.
Dreamfire, give me an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence ability check.
Ability?
Yep.
If I move over, can Elliot gauge if there's enough space on this ledge for her to stand on one side and Dreamfire to stand on the other? Like if she helped Dreamfire up.
Oh,
Dreamfire could climb up. If you were on her shoulders again, then you would be able to see the door. And yeah. So if she could climb up and you could be on her shoulders.
yeah, I think that would have been my
Okay.
suggestion. for sure.
Eliwick's gonna turn around and she's gonna hold a hand out to Dreamfire. I think this is best not to do alone.
This is very specifically a two-person puzzle. So, with Eliwick on Dreamfire's shoulders, you can now once again see the faint glowing square on the door is lighting up this square on the pattern on the door. This square corresponding to this tile is lit up. That's all you see at the moment.
Alright. So something bad could happen, but do you want to try moving forward onto the lit up square? And I'll watch the door. Maybe it'll do something.
That sounds good.
All right, Dreamfire walks onto the tile that is lit up, corresponding with the lit up tile on the door. And Eliwick then sees in the second row on the door, the fourth tile lights up.
Oh! Eliwick kind of like shakes Dreamfire excitedly. This is such a neat thing. Look, she like points, even though Dreamfire actually can't see the door, but she'll point up at the door excitedly. I think the more we move across together, it'll light the path that we need to take.
Dreamfires agree, but also wants to use psychic whispers to tell Olin and October Professor what is time
so
to give them like
you can link up to 2 creatures currently at your level. So yeah, you can All in Midnight. You can see both of them and target them and psychically link with them. All right. So go ahead and just burn your energy.
I can talk back with that, right?
Yep.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm a bear out here. How are you guys doing?
So Dreamfire, are you walking onto the second tile?
Yes.
All
No.
right.
Eliwick will wave her hands.
No?
I don't know. Does Dreamfire still move?
What is Eliwick trying to get Dreamfire's attention?
Yeah, she wants to tell Dreamfire, I'm not sure if it's wise for us to keep moving ahead without the others.
Oh, we're gonna have to stay behind.
Do you think, Olin could change into something else, or is he stuck as a bear for now?
I could turn into something else, but, what? You know, I could be something small and right on.
I'll give you guys this over the table. This
Midnight.
is a 2-person puzzle. You don't need to wait for All in Midnight.
Okay.
This was meant for 2 people to work together to accomplish.
Okay.
Then Dreamfire steps forward onto the second.
All right. Then you will... Eliwick sees this tile light up on the door.
Oh, well, I think it's a bit of a nerve-wracking shamble to move on without the others, but that one lit up. Ellie will excitedly point.
All right, and when you walk on that one, the final one lights up tile 1 in the last row. So you will have to make an athletics check, Dreamfire, to jump across if you are going to avoid touching any other tiles.
Ugh, my rolls have been crap today, but
Ellie will kind of tap Dreamfire's head gently. Guide. I was about to say that she's going to give you guidance.
I was about to. Yeah, no. I thought you were about to do that. I was going to say something, but go ahead and cast guidance on her, and then Dreamfire can make the athletics check. Order of events here.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead and make your athletics check, Dreamfire.
But yeah, Ellie would have nervously tapped at your head, Dreamfire, and you would have felt magic overcome you as Ellie nervously points a little bit further. It's far.
Dreamfire successfully jumps across to the last tile without it touching any of the other tiles, and is now able to climb up to where the door is. And we are at 3 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. That is where we are going to end our session. We have one last little bit of this puzzle for our players to solve when we return in 2 weeks.
Love this puzzle.
All right. Well, without further ado, that is the end of Tomb of Annihilation for this week. We will see you guys in a couple weeks. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube. And check out Cyber Nights on Tuesday nights, as well as on YouTube also. Please check out all of our other Sputter programs as they develop. We love you. You are the best part of Sputter Media out there, the viewers and listeners. So we love you very much. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, chat. Thanks for hanging out.
See you Tuesday night, chat.